Princess Aurelia and the Sky Lantern Festival. Once upon a time, in the Kingdom of Nightingale, excitement fluttered through every street, meadow, and tower. Tomorrow was the annual Sky Lantern Festival, where hundreds of glowing lanterns would drift into the night, carrying hopes and dreams up to the stars. This year was extra special. Princess Aurelia, Princess Liora, and Princess Zenya had been chosen to create and release the very first lantern. The honor meant that theirs would lead all the others into the sky, marking the start of the celebration. "I've been dreaming of this all month," Aurelia said, hugging her magical paintbrush close. "I'll paint golden swirls and clouds so soft they look like dreams." Liora knelt beside her basket of blossoms. Clover the fox curled nearby. "And I'll add flowers that will glow all night long," she said with a warm smile. Zenya, her green and gold dress catching the sunlight, lifted her chin with determination. "When it's ready, I'll guide it high above the castle using my fire magic so the whole kingdom can see." All afternoon, they worked in the castle's rose garden. Aurelia painted clouds and stardust, each brushstroke shimmering with magic. Liora whispered to the blossoms she painted, making their petals softly glow. Finally, Zenya placed her hands over her heart crystal and summoned a gentle ribbon of flame to lift the lantern into the air. It rose slowly at first, until a sudden whoosh of wind tumbled in from the hills. The lantern tilted, spun, and Zenya's flame flared too hot. There was a sharp whoosh. The lantern crumbled in the air, a corner curling black with soot before it tumbled to the ground. For a moment, no one moved. Aurelia stared at the lantern. The swirls were smeared, the paper torn, the flowers half burned. It's ruined," she whispered. Liora knelt and lifted it gently, but the once glowing petals were now gray. "We worked so hard," she said softly. Clover whimpered at her feet. Zenya stepped back, her hands trembling. "It was my fault," she said. "I should have been more careful." Her voice cracked. "Now the festival will start without us." The sun slipped behind the castle walls, shadows spilling across the garden. The three princesses sat in silence, the broken lantern between them. "Maybe we could just give the honor to someone else," Aurelia murmured. "It's too late to start again." Liora looked down at the smudged petals. "We don't have another full day." Zenya clenched her fists. "We might not have a day, but we still have tonight." She looked at her friends, eyes fierce. What if we don't just fix it? What if we make it better?" Aurelia shook her head at first, but Clover gave a tiny bark, tilting his head as if to say, "You can still try." Slowly, Aurelia's spark returned. "If I paint over the scorch marks, they could become a glowing sun." Leora's eyes brightened. "And I can weave new blossoms around it, brighter than before." Zenya smiled just a little. "And this time, I'll guide the lantern with a steady, gentle flame." They worked deep into the night, their laughter slowly returning as the lantern transformed. The dark scorch became a brilliant golden sun, glowing flowers twined up its sides. A swirl of painted clouds wrapped it in softness. By the time the moon was high, the lantern shone as if it had been kissed by the morning light. The next evening, the festival began. With the whole kingdom gathered in the square, the 3 princesses lit their lantern and let it rise. Zenya's flame cradled it gently, carrying it high above the castle towers. Gasps filled the air as the lantern's golden sun glowed against the night, the flowers shining like stars. Then one by one, hundreds of other lanterns joined it, filling the sky with drifting lights. The friends stood shoulder to shoulder, hearts warm and proud. And so they learned, sometimes the most beautiful things are born when you find the courage to try again. The